Hey there everyone, this is Cypher, back to my playthrough of Etrian Odyssey 3. Alright, so, in order, here's what I've gone. Limit skill, we're going in with Immortal and Hellfire, and we're going to be bringing Gandra, Kiara, Katrina, and Zara Pixie. Let us begin with the Unreal and the Grotesque, the 6th stratum. My favorite stratum, I think, in all the Etrian Odyssey games, just because I love it so much. I also hate it a lot, but I also love it so much. It's the love-hate relationship that keeps me coming to this place every time. Gandra, you were working on hanging, I do believe. Probably going to need it later. Kiara, we're gonna get guard order higher. That way Gandra doesn't have to be the only one who applies it. Oh boy. It's this place. I don't know what to say to you guys, but the 6th stratum of any of the Etrian Odyssey games is just a heartache waiting to happen. The mapping of the floors, I think, is the most engaging part of an Etrian Odyssey game, and the 6th stratum of every game nails it down so good, except for the first one. The first one was like, here, I'm gonna put you on Hell on Earth, enjoy. Actually, Etrian Odyssey 2 did that. Okay, EO3 and EO4's 6 stratums, I think, are completely and totally awesome. Etrian Odysseys 1 and 2 can be pains at times, but are otherwise awesome too. Right, first set, Cursed Room, Pandora Egg. The one thing the 3rd game does not have over the first 2 is it does not have a unique 6th stratum battle theme. Oh well. So, just gonna have to get used to the one we learned ever since the 3rd stratum. Pandora Egg can hatch into one of 3 things, I think, and the Cursed Room curses you, and is but everything hits it super effectively, but because it curses you, it wants to do damage. It's not complicated. Cursed Room is not complicated. We're going to Hanging, Epic Charge, Protect Order, 5 Ring, and call the Elephant in, and see where that goes. Alright, so far so good. Alright, that Pandora Egg is pretty screwed. I don't think the curse damage is significant enough on Gandra, so we're just going to smack him anyway. Attack. Curse damage is significant on you. Firestar this egg away, and dismiss your elephant. So that was pretty nice. Oh, and because Gandra got the kill, she didn't take 300 damage. Cool. Alright, so far so basic. Didn't give us any drops. I don't have Waste Knot on any party member now, so getting the drops might be a pain. We'll see exactly how this pans out. Usually I have Waste Knot on a character at this point. Usually I plot Vincent, or if I didn't retire Winona, I would be using Winona, and she would have Waste Knot, but I'm at a stage of the game where I don't have Waste Knot anymore, so items are going to be significantly rarer. The theme of this floor is slide tiles. Basically, you walk on it and you just skip to the next tile. I mark it with yellow. It makes this floor extremely long. So this first episode's probably going to be me navigating this entire maze, or at least a lot of the maze, maybe in parts. The 6th stratum is a little hard to judge how to make content for because it is extremely... Wow, okay, I don't know why I came this way. It is extremely long, and it is, at times, a little confusing on which way you have to go, and as I said, one of the reasons I like the 6th stratum in EO3 and EO4 is because they're like puzzles. The maps in themselves are like puzzles, and you have to figure out exactly which way to go, and if you solve the puzzle, you figure out which way you can go, and when you figure out which way you can go, you beat the floor, and there's a sense of accomplishment in it. Also, unlike all the other stratums in Etrian Odyssey 3, it contains 5 floors and not 4, though the 5th floor is quite unique in its system and its puzzle. Wow, alright, well, I think I already know what I'm doing this time. It's alright. Got some items this time. Cursed Haifa and the Starry Shell. Very nice. I don't remember conditional drops. I know the Dragonfly has a conditional drop for bolting. No, something has a conditional drop for having its head bound. Something has a conditional drop for being arm bound. The last enemy has to be completely bound, and he's kinda hard, but I guess we'll find him later. Alright. You have to be a little bit good at judging when the labyrinth turns. For example, you can clearly see this goes 3 forward, but you might need to be a little bit more diligent to see that there is a exit to the left here. Now, as far as I remember, I believe all of the supply tiles in this area are only 3 tiles long. Maybe a few that are 4. So we can turn sideways, strafe to the right, and try to get a glimpse of what's over there. I saw a opening into a larger room. I think that's about all I saw. Still, that is valuable information as it helps you figure out exactly how big the area is. Alright, this one bends north, but we have no choice but to go forward. Luckily, we're being railroaded through the first part. It doesn't get really complicated until we have multiple paths we can choose from. So once again, strafe to see where that goes. Looks like that was quite complicated. We've got a crossroad type thing going on that way. Probably going to make it extremely complicated and not very straightforward, which is basically the same way of saying the same thing. This set is, common. We'll use Immortal next fight. Alright, well, yeah. Well, we still don't have much of a choice in which direction we have to go. Though we are getting glimpses at so many different paths that you can kind of see how crazy this is going to get to navigate. This looks like one that will last for 4 tiles and not 3. I can see the draw distance in this game is 4, so you can see 4 tiles ahead of you. So I can see that all the tiles ahead of me are basically oil slicks, and that it diverges into 2 points. However, there doesn't seem to be a counterpoint below them to make this, to basically keep them from actually going anywhere. Oh, I misjudged exactly when the path reverges. It actually doesn't reverge until the end of the draw distance. Crazy. Alright, I'm gonna make one more passing swing before I go that way. That looked like a straight path. That didn't look like it branched. Little bits at the time. That's just how the 6 stratum works. Now, you'll keep moving on these oil slicks until you hit a wall, or you are no longer on the oil slick. So, I'm gonna call them oil slicks. They're not technically oil. Whatever the hell that is. Ugh, goo? I don't know. Slide tiles, whatever you want to call them. Just keep moving. That doesn't look like it goes anywhere. Since we're forced to go up, I'm inclined to go down first. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. Also, it looks like this moves on for quite the distance, but it's hard to tell. This is a small 2x3 room. I'm pretty sure there's a vampire tree in this room. The FOEs on this floor are... I hate them. The FOEs on this floor are hidden, and you don't know where they are until they show themselves. So there's that. Alright, so that was a 4-tile slide. We'll have to just keep pressing on. 2 Pandora eggs. Alright, so here's how Immortal works. It goes at the end of the turn and completely restores everything you've ever done ever, so... I'm going to use it because we're basically using it because it lets us spam 5-ring sword. Not for any other reason. It also lets us spam elephant. So now I can do elephant spamming and 5-ring sword spamming, which is extremely helpful in my case. Okay, so binding their head, I was binding their heads for a reason, because I knew it would block their defense buff, which I didn't want for them to have, because really, who does want that to happen? Okay, Immortal's out, everyone's recovered TP to full. It also revives characters. I'm just going to be using it as a TP battery, because I don't need it for anything else. Looks like I'm going to be flinging the Firestar on the one on the right, and I'm just going to build up limit this turn, it seems. What am I doing? Normal attack the one on the left. Firestar the one on the right, because I'm pretty sure the one on the right's the one that got the shell out. Yeah, there we go. Epic Return is now officially useless too, so... oh well. Alright, now we have finally reached the first part of the stratum that forces you to make a decision. You have to go either left or right, and if you go left, there's even more options. If you go right, there's not that much, but there's still... basically, this is where the path forks, and then it's gonna fork again like 5 times, so... it's from here that everything is diverging. I'm just gonna label it as the diversion point, the mark from there. Don't want to be too extreme about marking everything I can see. Hey, Death Pumpkin! You're not Hell Pumpkin. You're Death Pumpkin. Okay, so there's 3 pumpkins. These are based off the EO2 FOEs you found in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th stratum? The pumpkins you find throughout the 2nd game. This one's the Death one. I don't think they have the same properties as they do in EO2, where they are highly resistant to everything but their weakness. Though I'm fairly sure we will at least try to test for it. We're going to hang its head, smack it in the face, use Firing Sword, launch Hellfire, no good reason. Not going to summon an elephant. No reason. There is no reason to. If I'm going to use Hellfire combo on one enemy. This is what he does. He has a party leg bind attack. I believe the other pumpkins have the other binds. And I believe the Trigord has an attack that capitalizes on people who are bound. He's not that dangerous. He does leg binds, so he'll often be paired with things that you don't want to be fighting, so he just leg binds your party and you have to fight. He becomes a pain because the vampire trees can sneak up while you're leg bound and you have no choice but to tank it, but there are times where I will note when he's more difficult. When he's by himself, he's not that difficult. Alright. Alright, we've reached somewhat of another dilemma where we have to figure out which direction we want to go exactly. You want to cooperate with me, mouse? Should have switched over back to my old mouse. Goddamn. Alright. We have choices again. So we can go east or we can go west. So let's look at our map, figure out which way we want to go. This looks like it's going to take us to someplace we've already been before. Walk over here. This is a mine point. Don't have any farmers on me right this instant. We'll see what's in there later. Let's do a little bit of investigation. That's a treasure chest, if I've ever seen one. And I've never seen treasure chests before, believe me, you. One more swing. That's the stairs. That is definitely the stairs. It's not easy to tell that it's the stairs, but that's the stairs. Down here, we have a path that bends to the left. Yeah, that bends down and to the left. I'm guessing it's that. So we missed this treasure chest from earlier. We can go back for it if I want to. And that one bends to the right, assumingly does this. See, even just by looking down the corridors, you can kind of fill the map in, and that's a little bit beneficial. Right, this chest contains a Hemeo too, not that good, but whatever, it's here. Okay, Curse Spores is a head attack, and one of the eggs hatched. Okay, that's a healer, I think. And he died. Did he just randomly die, or did I actually kill him? I am not sure. It's in my deck, so I'm pretty sure I killed it, but I don't think it's that weak. I'm confused. I have no idea what exactly just happened. Also, I haven't mapped this area. Alright, this time we're going to go to the west. Quick looks over here. That definitely turns there. Definitely continues north, though. Alright, so that confirms suspicions of that. South. Just bends to the left. Alright, so we've actually already found out the way to get to the stairs. So here's how we have to get there. We have to get there. We have to come through this corridor and go south. It's the only way we can get there. There's literally no other way to get there. We have to find a way to that corridor. So that is the new objective. We have to find a way to that corridor. And I definitely tell you it's not right here, because there's probably an oil slick just glances right past it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Check for a little bit of shortcuts on these walls. No reason not to. And I was right. So, now we know even more about the direction we have to take to get here. And you can kind of reverse trace it to figure out exactly how you get here, just by kind of observing and mapping the area around you. So we know we have to come through here. So we look to the right, and we can see a little bit more about it, and we can also see even more. Worrisome. Alright, the dragonfly is weak to... well, I don't know if it's weak to Volt, but it's conditional to kill with Volt, so... we're gonna hang him, just to get his head bound, and make killing him with electricity easier. I'm also gonna throw out the usual 5-ring attack, Ether Charge, and Elephant, just for good measure. I'm pretty sure the dragonfly can headbind everyone as well, making this more difficult. Okay, we headbound him. He seems to be extremely resilient to physical as well. So that is also a pain. Alright, I'm gonna have Gandra kill this, defend, Volt Star, Dismiss Beast. Confused hit itself, Volt Star does 1,000 damage thanks to Headbind. Definitely not weak to it, but that is its conditional drop, so I will take it. Oh, there's more to this. Wait, if that goes to the right, that means I mapped wrong over there. Of course. You know, this reminds me a lot about having a Hexer in Etrian Odyssey 2 and how it just basically broke the game. This elephant is just like that. It's like, it just reminds me of Etrian Odyssey 2, how basic status elements just win you the game. That's what this elephant's doing for me right now. I'm so glad I have it. Alright, yeah, not much more information to get out of that direction. At least, you know, I can get more information, but it's usually not going to be worth it. It just takes so much eye strain. Alright, another 4x4 catastrophe. Alright, so we did not arrive in where we've been before. It looks like if we had if we had gone west at this point, what probably would have happened is we'd end up over here and be able to cross horizontally here. So we have ended up in an entirely different spot. Also, it goes oil slicks both ways, or am I just dumb? Yeah, I'm just dumb. Okay, so that ends at a wall and then goes west and east. More dragonfly wings for the collection. Goes north and to the east. Obviously it goes to the east because this is a slick. That goes for 3 spaces, turns to the right, does not turn to the left. Goes up somewhat more, and then it turns somewhere down the line, probably, yeah. And down there is a 4x4, we've already seen what's down there, but we have a better vision of it. Not much more information, we can glance off of that. Continue on. And that goes north. Slick continues to the east like 4 times. Okay, let's look north. That's definitely a 4-way crossroad. That's also definitely a 4-way crossroad. Alright. The amount of information I'm gaining is immense. You have no idea. And this goes south as well. Let's see the south. Turns to the left. Yes, and it goes south some more. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna be running into vampire trees around this area. I'm killing things fast enough that I don't have to worry about them, but if your team is slower, you're definitely going to start noticing them around here. So south. Alright, we arrive at a 4-way crossroad. Just fills in the map so much more. Alright, that bends over that way. That turns down. It also means once we start getting closer to things, we can have an easier time seeing it. And that continues off in that direction. Another four-way. This place loves its four-way crossroads. Loves it. Alright, it's much easier to map this place once you're in it. Alright, this passageway just continues on. Looks like it just does this. Just a loop down here? No, not just a loop down here. Not everything is as simple as it seems. Alright, Cleone and Cursed Mushroom set. Okay, if I remember right, the Cleonian is able to shift your party's position. So it could move Gandra to the back row, Zera to the front row, Kiara to the back row, Pixie to the front row. Swap Katrina with Kiara for all we know. I know he can do that. I know that's one thing he is capable of. I'm going to headbind him. I'm going to smack him in the face. Firing might or might not hit him. I can't control that. I will launch the Hellfire at the charge combo, cause reasons, and Elephant. Let's see where that gets us. Did not headbind him. Did confuse him, so he is going to die. I believe the Clonian has a way of evading death, which makes him extremely annoying. At least I remember that. We're going to need way more fairy cores. The amount of Clenonians you need to fight to get an item associated with that fairy core is way too high. There is not a shortcut here. Is there a shortcut over here? No. I'm gonna walk over all this space just in case Pazarans or vampire trees spawn here. It's still extremely useful to traverse all the tiles you can to learn of vampire tree locations and such. Preemptive strike on this one. Even easier. Alright, we have arrived at a place we've already been before, kind of. That continues in a straight line for a long time. Cool. I like things that are simple like this, but alright, this turns to the north. Turns to the south. Probably does this. That turns to the north and goes to the west. Okay, this looks like just a windy passage. We'll come down here just a second. I'm fairly certain this way's a dead end, and we should explore it first. Also, shortcut. The shortcut is not very handy. It just allows you to get to a mine point extremely easily. There's a mine point at the end of this riffraff, really. Actually, path divergence. Ugh. We've encountered another point of divergence, and it's extremely annoying. Okay, the mine point is around here somewhere. I know it is, because I know I use that shortcut to reach a mine point. I know that's like the only reason I ever use it. Clenonian plus egg. Probably not hard. Neat. The Clenonians do not have a lot of health. They're just annoying, I guess. We continue on forward. Okay. So far, so good. No divergence right now. Just a straight line. So here's hoping it doesn't diverge anymore and leads to the mine point I thought was down here. Pardon me, English. Let's see. Yes, mine point. It has to be a mine point because we've already encountered a mine point before and there's only one item point per thing. Double Clenonian set. This is blasphemy. Hanging that guy. Smack him in the face a bit. Fivering him after charge. Elephants. Yes, I will go to the extremes even for... Ah, no! This is exactly what they do. This is exactly why you should hate them. They swap like Katrina to the back row. Things get difficult fast. So if your party relies on party formation a lot, these guys are amongst the most annoying enemies in the game. Also, it's nearly dead already. Snap, man. Oh god! Did you see that? Sneaky bastard. There's a vampire tree right there. That is terrifying. That almost actually scared me. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna kid, I was kinda scared. Alright. Survivability is a must right now, Katrina. Sarah's working on something. HP up? Meh. Sarah doesn't need that much survivability. More Ether Mastery is probably better right now. Ether Mastery is actually really good. I don't know why I haven't been leveling it up before. Anyways, that's the first encounter with a vampire tree. Now, as foe rushes are concerned, I will fight 1 or 2 vampire trees at my own leisure. But after that, it's just not worth hunting all of them down. Just much like the Mother Dragons in the 3rd stratum is usually just not worth hunting them all down. That's assuming I do a foe rush for this stratum as well. Lots of assumptions have been made. Alright, so that's it for the east. We can no longer explore that way. That was a dead end, which I'm grateful for. We can start exploring this way now. Going to the east helped us a little bit. This is a camp spot on this floor. Camp spots are now basically useless. There's no point to them anymore. Not for this team anyway, because it has Immortal. If I didn't have Immortal, I would probably make perfect use of it, but I do have Immortal, so I'm not going to make perfect use of it. So yeah, there's a camp spot here. You can use it to try to spawn Pazarans if you want. Pazarans on this floor are kind of hard to get to, though. Just saying. Move on forward. Canonian egg. Oh no, you're in the wrong spot. Ah, bleh. We'll just... No elephant today, just... Get back in the proper spots, please. Alright, to the east some more. Alright, now we're encountering new territory again. Oh my god, this floor is gigantic. Okay, this goes north, there's a crossroad here and here. Where it goes, nobody knows. 'Tis the way of this stratum. Okay. That bends back down and around, I do believe. If it's going to go down, it has to connect here. There's just no choice. You can logic a lot of the map out in this floor. So if you're good at logic, it's helpful. And to the left, there is a straightish line. Alright, we may have to go that way later. For now, I think I'm going to continue... Nah, we'll turn around over here. We'll see what's over here. Stop that guy from getting his spores out, smack him in the face, firing at the charge elephants. At this point, I may not need to call the elephant in. It might be the definition of overkill. In fact, I could have just launched an elemental star at it and probably would have been dead. Interesting. More fairy cores is always nice. That goes, I think, the correct way. And this is a way to make things confusing. This is another diversion point. If you move east or west off of this spot, you can't go back south. Probably important for later. So that bends to the north. Cool. That's a part of a 4-way intersection. And there's a way east from there. We'll go there in just a second. I want to go this way first. I don't want to commit to a direction yet. Goes down. This is technically a 4-way crossway. Let's get some info here. That is a fork. Logic it out. Probably does something like that. Goes that way. Is part of that. Probably a wall here. Probably walls down that way. Alright. And this simply bends down on itself, so... Alright, this is an area we technically haven't been in before. And that's what's scary about this floor, what makes it unusually long. I'm going to theoretically say it looks like that. And then I'm going to go down there and actually see if it actually looks like that. We can make our way back from here, I think. We'll find a way back. We've gone off a diversion path now. Okay, so this does not meet down here. Simplify. And go north at this point. Cool. Okay, this does not meet here. As I said, it was only theoretical when I drew it the first time. This is why you go down and test to see if what you drew makes sense or not. And this goes down. And this will take me back to the start. Yeah, this basically is back to square one. You don't want to go that way. Check for shortcuts on the east side. We're going to continue on our way west. Is this a dead end? This is in fact a dead end. Alright, let's continue our exploration from here. West and east are our choices. This is a dead end, isn't it? Clever game. Right, so that goes north-ish. Has a little cubby hole there that connects it to that. Does it go anywhere else? Looks like there's more to it, but I can't really discern it from here. This is also a dead end. Huh. I think it wants me to go back to the diversion point. Huh. So this is a very similar story. Does something like this. Alright, looks like we're going back to the diversion point. Oh boy, Clonian, yay. Got confused, sweet. Ah, god dang it, vampire trees. Okay, now vampire trees disappear immediately after combat. So, you can't actually fight them by themselves. They have to get into your party while you're in combat already. But it's good to know that there's one here. We have arrived back to the diversion point, so we could have gone here from the very beginning. Let's go ahead and go this way first. Alright, once again, we have a choice. We can't go back once we choose a direction from here, but we already know it's the other direction, so we are pretty much free to go wherever we want. That thing's down. Is this just a circle? Looks like it. Alright, that takes us back to the diversion point. So, it wasn't really that much of a lock, was it? Can't really make any more than that assumption. The slick stops here and goes and just splits. Interesting. There's not really a choice on where to go from here, is there? We went north, there's not anywhere else we can go. We go west or east. Alright, let's explore some more then. I'm going to go ahead and make the Ferricept, yeah. You already know what's there. Okay, I can see the four-way from here. And like this. Goes on like that. There's not really a choice? Ugh. Okay, that's just a dead end, so cool. We know that way is a dead end. What about over here? That's a room. Yeah, that's a room. So whatever preconceived notion I had here is a little bit wrong. Alright, set with 3 enemies in it this time. I think we got the jump on this one. We're going to stop. We don't want Zera to get confused when she's launching the Hellfire Epic Charge combo. So, that's all we're doing. I'm pretty sure this will do it. We're gonna neutralize the curse room so that it doesn't kill Zera in case the eggs live. Though we probably just killed him, yeah. We definitely got a preemptive strike as well. Alright, we've reached the diversion point again. Alright, westward we go. And again, curves up into a dead end probably. That's the top of the map really, so it can't be anything else. Has to be a dead end. that's a treasure box. Yeah, this is a treasure box. Alright, cool. We've reached access to the top left, and it gave us, actually, treasure. Cool. What's in here? A coupon. Hey. Not too late for those. What went down? And I'm pretty sure that's the right way because we ran into a shortcut down there. But it's time to explore this little bit, just in case. Well, for sure it does that. Yeah. Going that way is pointless because it just takes you back to the previous divergent point. So, back south we go. Up through here. Yep, treasure room. Just like in the other corner. So let's see what our reward is over here. Yes, that is a shield, I do believe. I believe it's an anyone shield. And it's not bad either. It's a 62 with strength on it. I think I would give this to Liferake, because it's probably one of the better shields in the game. But of course I'll take it for the princess, because Liferake isn't here right now, so... there you go. Now, because I've done that, I'm forced to go west. That's fine. We can afford to do such things. Alright, we have no choice but to go this way now that I've done that. This is a dead end. Wait a second. I missed something somewhere. Because there's an entire 3x4 room that could be right next to us. I could have just missed it. Oh my. Oh my. Alright, please don't tell me you're hiding that on the west side. They're hiding it on the west side. Ah! Alright, here it is. Should've looked for this earlier. Oh well. Good old 3x3 with the treasure room in it, though. Treasure is... Speedbook. Cool. Things I could have used earlier, but don't exactly need this moment. Who'd really need this? Good question. I don't know. We'll hold on to it. No need to use it immediately. Counter rate in this room is insane. Okay, something that's weird that I've been noticing is if Kaishiku interrupts and kills something, the Blitz command doesn't end. So what I'm trying to say is, if Blitz command is like Kiara, Katrina, alright, so it's Kiara hits, Katrina hits, and then the enemy dies, no Kaishiku, the enemy dies, and the Blitz command stops there. But if Kaishiku is the thing that kills it, the Blitz command continues. Just a weird observation. Alright, let's go west and south from here. My progress is that way. This is a dead end. Nothing in it. I'm pretty sure there's no events on this floor. Go south. Looks like it's gonna be a straight line. Beeline to the southwestern portion of the map, at least. No divergent paths from here yet. Is this just gonna take me someplace I've already been before? Yeah, it is. Alright, so we don't want to go that way. This is the only way we can possibly even want to go. Alright, that's everything for this little bit. We are being railroaded to a very specific point at this point. There's no divergency here. Set path. I don't think the rest of it's a set path. I think there's one last time where there's a choice. But right now it doesn't seem like it. I think it would be here, right? Okay, here we have the choice of up or down. Down is the way. Down is the direct way just to get out of here. Nice. But north is a treasure chest, and I can't resist those, so... Walk over here real quick. Not going that way, actually. Going this way. Looks like we can get back to that divergent point too, so we're not stuck going this way. Just want my treasure chest, game. I already found the way to the exit. I just need to find my treasure chest now. Box contains the stone hammer. We finally have access to petrification as a element we can put on our weapons. Of course, it's not until the 6th stratum that you get it, and it's not that good right now, but it'll allow us to get Mother Dragon's conditional amongst other things. Though we also have the lucky hammer for that. Double. This is probably harder. Hang, protect. 5 ring. Fire the charge combo. And call bird. I think is the solution to this one. See how this does for us. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright. Of course. Naturally. Not interested. Alright, so that's it for the B21st floor. This was... Oh, hey, a Pazaran! Oops. I don't know if I know where that guy spawned. I'll review the footage and get the proper spawn point for that guy. I don't know when he spawned. Oh, man. Pazarans are so tricky. And that's why you have to label your FOE symbols to know which ones are vampires and which ones are Pazarans. Pazarans usually spawn on the walls. Interesting. Not exactly sure where that Pazaran spawned. Oh well. Let's get out of here. Sell all this stuff and call it a day, shall we? And some mace. Armor. Ooh. Rare armor. Wonder if it's good. Edge King, meh. A knife, that's kind of okay. Cloth armor. Fine. Rending claw. A katana. Brilliance book. Speaker pumps. A dragoon. Medica 4. Alright, so this is where things get important. You need like 10 of those fairy cores or something in order to get access to the Medica 4. And the Medica 4 is amazing, and I will buy 2 of them. Not much else. Let's see what the game unlocks for me. This has more attack than the Ice Fang one. It has 2 slots, so I can forge up what I want. That's cool. This knife is probably useless. This katana has 1 less attack than the Utu Nahiru, but more attack than the Kijin Daio. Probably worth considering. This mace is for farmers. Awesome. Dragoon is probably not very good for me, and this is a 4-slot book, which also isn't that good for me. What about the armor? Is the armor any good? Oh, the farmer. It's farmer armor. That's really good farmer armor. That's really good for farmer armor. 2 luck and a limit. That's nice. Nothing else of interest, though. So, hey there everyone, this has been Life. As always, thanks for watching. Next time we'll begin exploration of the floor after the 21st floor, which happens to be the B22nd floor. I'll see you guys then.